Alright, let's take a look at the second one here on the right, which is 9 cosine squared theta minus 6 cosine of theta equals 3. First step, whenever I see a square, my goal is usually to get everything onto one side. So I'm going to move the 3 over by subtracting 3. I'm going to have 9 cosine squared theta minus 6 cosine of theta minus 3 equals 0. Alright, at this point, this is where you can start thinking, what can I do to this? Can I factor it? Well, I'm not good when I have numbers out in front, so I'm going to go right to the quadratic formula. Okay. Again, we're going to let x equal cosine of theta, and we're going to use the idea of we have 9x squared minus 6x minus 3 equals 0, making our quadratic formula pieces a equals 9, b equals negative 6, and c equals negative 3. Plugging that into my quadratic formula, which we should have memorized, negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We plug in, a is 9, b is negative 6, so I have negative 6 plus minus the square root of negative 6 squared minus 4 times 9 times negative 3 all over 2 times 9. Okay. Crunching the numbers, okay, which again we should always be very extremely careful with. And we get negative, which is just 6, plus minus the square root. 6 squared is 36, plus, because 2 negatives make a positive, 12 times 9. 12 times 9. Oh, no, wait. I'm cheating. Did the computation earlier. Okay. All right. And you get 6 plus minus the square root of 144 all over 18. Now look, square root of 144. Hey, I know that number. That's 12. So I have 6 plus minus the 12 all over 18. We're going to split this into two parts. And this is what x equals, by the way. And we get 18 over 18. Or we get 6 minus 12, which is negative 6 over 18, aka negative a third. So I've got 1 and negative a third. That's what x equals. I'm not even close enough. Okay? That was the easy part. All right? Remember, x isn't x, it's cosine theta equals 1 and negative 1/3. Alright? So, alrighty. Now we got to go to ourselves. When does cosine equal 1 and cosine equal negative 1/3? Alright? That means we got to do the arc cosine. Alright? For 1, cosine of theta equals 1 at the beginning of our cosine curve. So when theta equals 0. Well, the next time it returns to 1 is 360. Okay. If we look, was our range between 0 and 360? It included both endpoints, so both of them are there. Okay? So that one's our first problem. So now I got to say, when does cosine theta equal negative 1/3? Alright? I'm going to use my calculator to determine when that is because I don't know it. Alright? So I do arc cosine, second cosine, of 1/3 to get the reference angle. And I get 70.52. Or as it said to the nearest degree, this is going to be an angle of just 71 degrees. Okay? So our reference angle is 71 degrees. Right? That is not an answer because cosine was negative. Cosine is negatives and all students take calculus. So 1 and 4 is positive. Quadrants 2, quadrants 3. Alrighty? So if I have 71, quadrant 2 is 180 minus 71. Quadrant 3 is 180 plus 71. So if I do that, I'm going to get 109. And if I do it over here, 7 plus 8 is 5. So I have 251 here. Okay? Make sure you put them all together, and you get theta equals the solution set of 0, 109, 251, and 360. Okay, make sure it's right. Now, just to let you know, if I see a perfect square come out in my quadratic formula, odds are it was factorable. If we looked at the beginning, you can see we could have probably taken a 3 out of everything, and then it's going to factor to a 1 and it's going to have a factor of 1 and 1 in it. Okay, but since there's a 3 on it, there's going to be a 1/3 there. So it will generate that other answer. But I can't remember those things, so quadratic formula is the way to go. Alrighty.